But you can see on the VRE, I've just been choppy all day. We're going to get a tight range, no doubt about it. Massive range today, though, right? Pretty big. So it's a no-brainer. It was almost $1,000 range. Went up, closed 1 15-minute candle above the center of the daily range. Then had 3 wicks reject right down to the top side of the 68.3 Laplace right there. Probably behooves these buyers to get this up over the 1 SD to close the day. That would be interesting. See what the low time frame charts are saying about all that madness, right? That could possibly be a play too, to be honest. Let me see here. Yep, little hidden bull div. Z-score had an outlier through the 95% confidence interval, so that's a lot to say there on the 90. I bet the 45 was already down there. You know what? This is going to be interesting for a late day pusher.
Yeah, daily pulled it.
Oh yeah, big time. That was it. Yeah, on the index. I wish they'd get that index read fit.
Yeah, but the daily on the index is okay for that particular. It's the weekly that's messed up. The daily's all right.
Yeah, I'm surprised this candle pulled back. That bull div. Nice bounce right off the zero mean there too. This could continue though. I mean, this Z-score is looking peppy. I've been keeping an eye though. I've been watching these fissures. Man, it's a great indicator to be honest.
Yeah.
To know, okay, yeah, this baby's ready to flip. It is way below the mean. If I threw bands on there, it's probably down there around the third. It's not the second for sure, just like this move was. We got a nice little couple day bump. Powerful little outliers. That's like, look at this daily read. That's what's correlation was changing. Oh my goodness gracious.
We're like I mean, it's like a 16-month low or something.
Oh yeah.
18 months, 16, whatever. December 2020.
We pulled back, what, 70%?
Yeah, we pulled back from, it's got to be 70%. The high of 68 or whatever it was.
Yeah, 71.
Yeah.
71%. We're almost back down to the 3SD too.
Yeah.
Projection. So, yeehaw. I mean, this bad boy gonna make a run all the way to the edge of space here. $14,000 Bitcoin. What do I need to sell?
Yeah. How many Bitcoin can I get at 14K?
Definitely a buy. My goodness. I don't know then. What did buy close? Pretty much went sideways, huh? Nasdaq's a little up. I've been watching gold and silver too, and they're just wow. Those bag holders are very upset because these are the exact type conditions where their bags are supposed to be pumping.
Well, no, the excuse now is no, you're retaining your value of the dollar, so it's not
less
pumping.
Value.
But, yeah,
You're losing less value compared to the dollar.
Yeah.
That's the argument. Oh wow, I'm losing less. That's fantastic. I mean, yeah, okay, that does make sense in a way, but it's like,
Yeah, sure.
what a way to view an optimistic outlook for an asset.
Meanwhile,
This
when
thing will
Bitcoin
help you
decides to
lose
turn
money
around,
slower.
it'll double your return in one day.
Yes. You'll lose money slower, and also you'll make money a lot slower
Yeah.
in gold if you make any.
Yeah.
Sure, gold will have, sure it'll have more happy cycles for gold owners, but come on,
Golden Forex. You can
I
have.
mean, rocks.
That's where the new traders go to trade Forex and gold.
They honestly should start in commodities, though. They should be trading rice and soybeans. Then they learn how to use leverage properly, and then they learn not to use it with equities and crypto and things like that.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
I
As much
know.
as
I
YouTube
know.
out there pumping a
Yeah,
mess.
I know. Today in rice prices, like no one's gonna tune into that. I get it.
Yeah. Who we got? Um, let me see something real quick. When did that 2 day? It's a big day. 17th? Holy shit. Um,
Sarah, you killing me, man.
we get a new 2 day candle today. And that one's just poof. My goodness gracious.
He's not even here, just so.
I'll tell you what, too, man. That 2 day candle, man, that thing just shot right back down in trend. Well, it's all good. The markets go to zero. I'll live off tuna fish. I got a bunch.
Stupid.
Man of many cans.
Yes, I got a lot of storage food. A lot of storage food, a lot of lead. I stopped stocking gold and started stacking lead. Made more sense. It's a crazy time. So yeah, new 2 day candle today, and that one is just shot. Wow, we get a 2 day and a 3 day today. Um, you know what? This 3 day though, man. Wow. Just there's so much exhaustion on these freaking macro time frames. It's insane. It's like, what the fuck? There's only so much Bitcoin to sell. When does the bleed stop? So 2 day, 3 day. When's a 7 day candle? Boy, that's a nasty booger too. God, man, did we get a 7 day today too? We do, man. Wow. Yep. So we get a 2 day, a 3 day, and a 7 day candle. And I tell you what, I will tell you what. Are we playing the drinking game? You guys are buying. Um, could set up some nice bull div on freaking the 7 day charts. If we get this new candle and we start a little bit of a pump, there's so much fear in the market though. My God. Yeah, this 7 day candle too is through the nine or boy, it kicked
We got a
it's
6-day candle today.
yeah, it's kicking up off the 99.7 Laplace. So wow.
Yeah, a 6 and a 7-day candle today, dude.
All right.
That's crazy.
Day two.
That's pretty rare.
This is a big day. I feel lucky. Feel lucky. Might have to call it my lady friend. She's over here laughing. She's here.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Man,
Welcome to the DGen Club.
That's right.
My dog's coughing. Very. Man, this
Z score is so low on the 7 days.
dude, all the macro time frames, it's just like, yeah, so much exhaustion. And this is really when I'm looking at the APP, I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
Low time frames. Just when you're getting certain reads, especially with div, I'm gonna be straight. But it's like there is a lot of exhaustion. I mean, you've almost got the high length. It's only at a 3.7%. You get that down on the weekly, I mean, what's it on? Yeah, 7 day. They're all crashed. All crashed. And this move on this 7 day candle, I mean, I think just screaming. Take your profit.
But you do still have a relatively high length APP on the weekly at around for Bitcoin at around 60. At least I did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But the low lengths are down, man. Yeah. Like we can see some long term, stagnant to the side going up kind of move, but like it is rearing for a move. It's we'll see it. We'll see it in the coming days. I have no doubt. It'll be nice.
I mean,
Even if it's not a huge $10,000 whatever, there's gonna be some nice trading.
Yeah, there's going to be definitely a little bit of relief there at some point.
Probably.
It's just they're not going to make it this easy, man. They're not going to keep this thing going down, 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 down. They're going to squeeze these short.
Yeah.
I mean that moved whatever day before or whatever that didn't squeeze any shorts. I mean, it only moved a couple grand or something.
And there's also less downside risk now than there is upside risk, and it's less downside potential than there is upside potential. Like if you short here from 20 to 0, you got 20K room. If you're long here from 20 to 60, the average retailer or investor or trader will think, I can 3x before I can before it hits the all-time high again. So there's plenty of room for profit along the way, even if I don't get to 3x. So it's a reasonable argument that this is a very logical place for people to start buying in and stuff.
And the longs on Bitfinex, oh my god,
Yeah,
massive. 1,678 piled on today. Almost 110K. Will be. So that's crazy in itself. And the short 800 fell off on the shorts. So yeah, there's a lot of people with the same sentiment. It's like, okay, hey, we're just and they're like, man, we're way oversold. Boy, it's time to go 50x long. Instead of trading the low time frames on the next move on the way up, and then the move on the way down, and then the move on the way up, then the move on just never ends.
Yes, at all.
Good stuff. Very powerful, man. Very, very powerful. Let's see here. You know what I wanted to do? I want to take a peek at. I just have a feeling. I'm gonna look at Soul first. I have been noticing though that let me check somewhere quick. Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of people that aren't very fucking happy with Ethereum right now.
Oh yeah. Wow, holy cow.
A lot of people fucking getting out of Ethereum.
So, dude,
Solana,
that's
Cardano.
not good. I don't even want to show that. I don't know.
Use of many tongues. Yes. Yes, he is. Nice, I'm Mars. Oh, yeah, man. 100% they are. That's how it's going to be all set up. I had a private meeting with those guys in the beginning and I was fucking hooked. Holy crap. I move shit around real fast. So Soul, huh? Up here on the daily.
That's
definitely.
also look at that APP. Jeez, on the daily. Wow.
Yeah, this thing's probably not down to the downside. That's for sure. We're gonna see some. And there's a bunch of hidden bear div
Yeah.
bunch, a bunch. At
Yeah.
some point, we're gonna bounce this thing out. So that's a big daily. This thing is not a good read on the week. But that's, I mean, this a lot of this down movement, this returns oscillator just heading up, heading up. Boy, look at the plus bands. We're gonna have a big move, man.
Yeah.
We are definitely gonna have a big move. These bands are really starting to tighten down these macro time frames. 3-day probably not as much. Yeah, they're collapsing. 2-day starting to spread. Wow. A lot of trend. Mm. Yeah, but Bitcoin and Sol, look, you're like, hopefully we're gonna get this. Maybe a little pump. Be nice to pump up the top side of the 68.3 here. Make a run back up at this one SD by the end of the day. But again, I'm stressing, you know, because when you get these big volatile candles, there's usually, I say usually, not all the time, there's going to be a massive wick left behind. These probabilities. And these current candle projections and the distribution projection, there's a lot of probabilities for this weekly candle to close higher. You know, considering traditional markets are closed now, this is going to be an interesting weekend. But I'll tell you what, because there's a lot of institutional sell pressure. You know, these big institutions that are de-risking, they're definitely selling Bitcoin. So now that it's the weekend, it'll be interesting to see what happens. We get a little pump this weekend. The probabilities say yes. I mean, we're down here by the 3 SD
It's 4.
on the weekly,
Oh, it's the weekly. No, sorry. Yeah, no, sorry. Daily. Sorry.
but the 2 SDs at 21.6.
Yeah.
95.4 Laplace is at 22. Inside there would make sense. Anything, if we're just going to get a little move, you know,
Yeah.
$750, something silly, not a lot, or no, more than that. What I'm talking about, we're at 20.5. So, I mean, that's asking for a lot going into the weekend. Then you've got the 1 SD up here at 23.536. But just like this candle, all right, meow, pulls back up, closes inside distribution. So we'll see. Johnny, we close this weekly candle down here. One, we're going to get the relief bounce. Maybe we bounce back up, test the downside of the 95.4 and then spill back. But usually when you get below these levels, you're usually going to make a trip to the next. So this will be interesting to see. I mean, God, if Bitcoin gets down to these prices, man, this is going to be awesome. I just don't see it happening. The governments don't want people buying this to begin with. Why? I don't know if they're going to make it this easy.
I mean, here's the thing, though. A lot of, like we spoke about yesterday, a lot of these, you even said it, the investment banks and the exchanges and all this, they're over leveraged. Right? And a lot of them are going to have to make calls and either get loans to cover their calls or pay up. Right? And they're going to have to liquidate. Question is how much more liquidation needs to be done, because we know there were a bunch of big liquidations that already happened. We know that obviously they're triggered, but like, how much more pain is there to actually go around? We've seen Celsius get hammered. We've seen everybody else get hammered. Like, where does it end? And I mean, Michael Saylor's down what 20% or something like that. You know, how long can he go into what? Can he really hold out for another 5 years? I don't know.
What his average was like 32 or something, right?
Right now he's down 28% or something like that
That's what I'm
on
saying.
his
And
investment.
what was his average buying?
I don't know,
MJ.
like 29 or something like that, 30. But like he was in the
Yeah, it was
30s.
really-
But like he didn't sell any on the way down, which is just
well,
what.
so he says.
So he says. I mean, okay, whatever. He's officially 28% down as far as what he's announced to whoever, or something like that, 20 something, some high number. I don't know the exact percentage. Forgot it, but
It's a lot of money.
it's a lot of money. He's talking, billions of dollars of investment. It's a lot of money. So, and I'm sure his investors are not delighted by it. But if they have a long-term view, then they don't really care. But that's fine. They're not traders.
They're putting fucking liquidity together to buy more Bitcoins.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, they're just getting it cheaper now. If they're sold on his message, which is this thing's going to go up eventually.
This price action is going to hit an area here at some point,
Yeah.
and it's just going to go bananas.
Yeah.
We have not seen that yet. We have not. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, honestly, there's still there's if you look at the volatility, I mean, you look at the probabilities, they're like we're very far away from the mean. Like there's gonna be reversion one way or the other. Mhm.
100%.
There's gonna be reversion, and that's
Yes.
all there is to it. And like everybody who's looking for, I mean, we hear the silly nonsense, but the serious stuff that we talk about that matters. To just look at the numbers. Like we're beyond 95% probability. Uh,
Reversion happens.
Reversion happens, and it tends to happen when you are having outliers. It tends to happen, happens all the time, but especially when you have ridiculous outliers for a while. And it's not like we've been dropping for a week or a month. It's been going on, a long time.
Yeah,
At least,
IMRs. That's where. So did Saylor Did part of Saylor? Did he get liquidated for that one call? I don't think it's recent, but he did get liquidated on something. 125 million.
okay, that doesn't
But
even. There you go.
he
He didn't take exactly. He didn't take our advice. Take your profits. You're damn right.
did a great investment for MicroStrategies, but he got emotionally attached to the asset big time and started
Big,
being like the fanboy
yep,
on social media and everything for
horrible,
Bitcoin. And
horrible
backed
forever.
himself up into a fucking corner where if he starts selling off his Bitcoin, he would just get fucking hammered. So wow. I mean, he could have taken a lot of fucking profit, but man, that would have hurt the market.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the market, and like
That,
it's
who
stupid.
knows?
He didn't. I don't know. It's not stupid. I'm not. I'm not. I shouldn't say that. Like it's.
I
Look,
find,
he has a long term. He's a long term investor. He's not a trader, so let's cut him some
yeah,
slack on
I
that.
find it hard to believe that he didn't sell any.
Hey, look, he wants to hold it for 5 to 10 years. Okay, so and probably longer, right? But like the way he looks at it, the way he speaks about it, he's like, if you're in this, you should be in it for 5 to 10 years. Okay, that's a very long term view. That's not trading, but it's good cheerleading material.
Sure.
Industry needs that too. We need lots of little cheerleaders, even if they're gigantic capital fish or whales.
We get a little bounce here. This could be nice. This 4 hour going into the weekend. We could get a nice push here. There's a lot of bull div on the 4 hour. A lot of bull div. Could send this outlier to the moon here. I'm surprised this last 4 hour candle isn't pumping more, man. Especially if traditional markets close. What time is it? Yeah, man. They fucking postmark. Everything's over. They're 9-9. They're chilling. Hmm. Let's throw like a $10,000 gap on these donkeys. Yeah, I'll have to read that, MJ.
Just a quick glance on it. He didn't get liquidated. It could be, liquidated at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not worried yet. They got plenty of room.
Now he's under leveraged.
Now he did get margin called on it, but he didn't get liquidated.
Sweet. Well, still, I mean,
Yeah, still.
the fact that he got margin called on it.
The point remains. Imar's right.
point.
He could if he
He was-
listened to us.
He was billions of dollars in profit.
right.
Cocky kept him in the deal until he was not in profit, and then kept him in it further until he was at a not insignificant loss.
Yeah. Yeah. And his whole point is he doesn't want to make he doesn't want to make a taxable event. So he's interested, to your point, Josh, is acquiring and then borrowing on it later as the asset
Right.
goes up in price. That's all he cares about.
Yeah, right. But if you can make billions in profit, I think hiring a few accountants to deal with your taxes is probably worth it.
might work out.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he's got such huge numbers that I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
It would seem to me if you got billions in profit in a trade that lasted you less than 2 years, you could probably handle the issue of taxes pretty well. You could probably afford some accountants.
Imars, do you have a link to that video?
Liquidation started at 21K. Boom, boom, boom. Well, I mean, I wish him well. I wish all those people well. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah.
It was really silly that people who are supposed to be big wigs in investments and finance and stuff, they see a market top, they know how an asset behaves, generally speaking. They see it start to go down. They even see it get a higher pump 6 months after the market top, and then start to dip again, and they just hold and hold and hold because hopium. I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, the
Because
hedge guy.
Did YouTube Jimmy really influence Michael Saylor? I would find that really hard to believe. But then
No,
again,
he just has a philosophy. He's sticking to that philosophy. That's all.
yeah, no, that's
You know?
true. I give him credit for. He said from the beginning, "I'm holding it whether it goes up or down." That's true, but it just seems really weird.
Yep.
Give away billions of dollars in profit. It's nuts. Okay, if you're Elon Musk and you got 500 billion or whatever the hell he has, I don't know, I don't care. But whatever, hundreds of billions of dollars. So maybe a couple billion you don't give a shit about. Pardon my French, but like, if you're Michael Saylor, a couple billion is still a couple billions. Like,
For sure.
It's a lot of money.
We have a final 50% wick here. That's when he'll start shitting. If
Yeah.
Bitcoin were to break 10K, he'll start sweating.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Imars. The whole thing is he at some point like it says there $3,500. Yeah, then he's gonna be liquidated, but he can continue to put up collateral to these margin calls, until he gets liquidated. So
Yeah.
I think that's what they're doing.
Somehow I don't think it's going to go to 35.
Yeah, I don't see it going there
I
either.
really-
But
It's
Jeez,
like-
I know.
yeah, I mean, if it gets down there, you're looking at a potential catastrophe for the entire crypto world. So
I think,
Dales and shit. I'm gonna start dancing again.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think if you have prices that low, dude, you're gonna have what happened in the Corona flash dump and
Yeah.
whatever. You're gonna have lots of people buying it up.
right, yeah, as long as it gets bought up, we're good. If it would stay down there,
Right, yeah, if it drops
if it
and
would
stays,
close
that's
down
all
there at a
that's-
7 standard deviation move, that would be
Right.
bad.
Just stays there forever. That'd not be good.
Yeah, if you threw a distribution on that Luna move, you'd be like, yeah, they're done.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
cooked the goose right there.
Yep.
There's no coming back from that deviation level. They call that the Grim Reaper. Put you in a hole, bury you.
Yes.
My goodness. People are like, why do you trade to 1 minute? I don't know. You tell me.
Exactly.
You tell me. It's because it's perfection.
Yeah.
God, look at the Z score. That's ridiculous, man. So beautiful. This is a few hours short of the entire day. And it's just, oh my God, massive trades on the 1 minute, massive outliers. And we're talking, I mean, nice moves. Yeah, $350, $400 pops. Boop, 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 boop.
All day. Trick
Yeah.
is to not be greedy and to get in fast. And that's the thing is most okay, I get it. If you're not a trader, you don't have all day to sit around and trade, but then you shouldn't be trading.
Yeah, it's tricky. Thought about it.
I mean, you know, people can't trade all day. They got jobs. It makes sense. But when you're trading, you should be in and out fast of all your trades because
Oh, if I'm on the 1 minute, I'm taking like $50 little snipes.
exactly, it's like
Limit orders,
the greed factor is phenomenally stupid.
no fees.
Yeah.
Just think, 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 think. But it's hard, man. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but the returns are worth it, man. It's
Yeah.
better than not trading it and just watching it.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, you know, if you need to make money or whatever, or if you just want to make money, 1 minute is just a great way to beat the market. I mean, the 5 minute, geez, like 20 something trades in a day, like that's a lot. That's
5
for a
minutes a
lot of
lot
people, you know, for a lot of people, that's a lot of trading.
together.
Or sure, machines do it faster, but like, yeah, go try to manage a multi-billion-dollar machine. Actually, good luck. Like that's the thing people forget. Like people think that, oh, I can just set up a bot on one of these retail sites and you know just it'll follow my instructions. Yeah, maybe, but because of your position and everything else, if you think you're running 100,000 trades a second on your little $500 bot or $2,000 bot, when you know Citadel, etc., are spending hundreds of millions a year, probably, if not more, I'm guessing, to make their bots the best in the world. They're not spending hundreds of thousands. They're spending millions and tens of millions and probably hundreds of millions to make that shit better because they make literally billions every quarter. Why wouldn't they spend a couple hundred million a year on their software? Which means nobody has a chance in the retail world of outperforming those bots. It's like, why do you even try? The best thing to do is to trade like a human, you know, in against trading with the bots against the other idiot humans who don't know how to trade. Pardon me, the other humans who don't know how to trade this way. They're not idiots; they just don't know. But yeah,
Yeah, it's FTX when I'm trading. And yeah, you need fast fingers. It's just all about getting you got to really understand how your exchange operates. You definitely have to be quick. If I'm in one of the if I'm on the 1 minute and I enter a trade, as soon as I enter that trade, I am flying. I'm putting in a limit order to take profit immediately for like $50. You got to do it quick because sometimes hell, they can do that in a 1 minute candle, right? So I mean, yeah, that's when I was just saying it's hard work. That's what I'm talking about. It's like running a marathon, man. It's not. There's nothing turtle going on about it. You are the hare. You are sprinting nonstop if you're trading a long time frame like that. So yeah, it takes practice. That's all. Practice. Yeah, man. It just trading is not easy. You get down there on the low time frames, it is just wow. Very fast. You got to be focused. Very focused.
indeed.
It's not about just getting the entry. I mean, you gotta move fast because you're gonna miss your take profit if you're down there. Because
It's
these indicators, you're going to get the profit. Can you get it fast enough? That's the problem.
it's more so trying not to get cut up on the exchange. Because it's like, okay, boom, now I've got the 1-2 seconds. Let's get this thing in. Obviously, if you have a nice little buy and sell hooked up to trading view, it's yours. But yeah, just to look across the screen, look at this different dumbass exchange screen, type it in, or click on the order, change the number, boom, get hit, and you look back and you're like, sometimes you don't get filled, sometimes, So that's where the panic comes in, and it's to just know, like, shit. There's
Yeah,
always another
I mean,
way
the
to cover.
method I use. I mean, everybody has their own method, but like I use a very simple method for buying and selling that I like, and obviously don't look at the charts on the exchange because they're whatever, just a distraction.
Yes.
All my attention is on the order and etc. The only reason I ever look at the actual chart itself is if I'm on some exchanges like Bybit, you can click and drag your entry and exit prices
Yeah.
on the chart, which is a very fast way to move the entry and exits
In
around
and out of the
and
book. Yeah.
right in and out of the book. And it's already in the book. I just edit it by dragging it, and therefore it gets filled faster, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I never look at the actual chart other than that on like that kind of exchange. For most exchanges, pretty much all I see is the the order and all that stuff, like everything related to it, but definitely not the charts. And I keep
Yeah, for
them.
me, man, I get a little
Yeah,
cut up on FTX if I do drag and drop now.
yeah,
It's taking an extra second to load up, and I'm like, come on.
oh
And then
yeah,
it
that's
freezes
frustrating.
everything because
Yeah.
by the time you look back at the chart, that's already been 5 seconds, and you're
Right.
like, oh,
Yeah, yeah. And the 1 minute makes a difference for sure. You need to make sure when you're trading on a 1 minute that your connection's good and clear and
yeah,
like that.
you gotta know that you have reliable indicators because it's
Yeah,
like you're waiting for it to hit the line, but at the end of the day, it's the
yeah.
better judgment is it should close above the line, and I'm willing to get out real quick if this thing closes below the line. But I know that it has to come up and touch this line once before this dump carries on below the line. And it's that moment of drag and drop, and you can miss it. And it's like, fuck.
And when they
So,
get
yeah,
yeah, no, you're saying. But like
yeah,
when you have incredibly volatile days like we had a few days ago, obviously like a lot of exchanges will fail, and they'll stop orders
yeah,
for
dude.
like whatever for some hours and it'll frustrate everybody. Which is, that's another reason you gotta be in and out fast because you don't want to be stuck in that. And that happens all the time when things get super volatile. So the best thing to do, in my opinion, in that case, especially if you're not trading with leverage, is in those moments you should be trading on your wallets. That's what I do. Like trade just on my
Absolutely.
wallet straight up, because then I'm just exchanging Bitcoin for dollars and back to Bitcoins or whatever, um, right on the wallet. So it's never on an exchange.
What's your
It's a
spread
spot
though?
trade, and
What's
the only fee you're paying is the network mining fee.
in the
Yeah,
spread?
it's not yeah,
So when
you
there's
just
like a
pay.
big green one or a
There's no
big red one, and you're wanting to do something about it, and it's just your exchanges are down or whatever,
No, what I'm
then
saying is when it's on your wallet, it's not on an exchange. It's on your wallet. Nobody else can stop you from making the order. Unless the blockchain is stopped, the blockchain is going to keep running. So you can run that Bitcoin, or you can transaction.
for sure. It's like it makes sense if it's OTC. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally in your wallet. You're just exchanging like whatever Bitcoins for dollars, and then back and forth, and then you're doing the spot trade in the wallet without having to actually put it on an exchange, and it gets done as quickly as a Bitcoin transaction gets done. Sure, that can be whatever. There's ways to do it. Let's just put it that way. And the way I view it is like it's because they even have their own exchanges, by the way, like Trezor and Ledger. They even have exchanges on their wallet, kind of thing, right? Where you can
Yeah, and they
properly
become legible.
right.
So
So and people, and I know security people say don't use it, whatever. But the fact is, you can use those wallets to trade, and they do have exchanges, and they do that on purpose. And when it's on your wallet, it's a lot safer. If you're not trading leverage, you know. It's just you're not giving up your keys to any exchange, especially when it's crazy volatile times. Like that's the worst time to have your money on the exchange because they always have those failures.
You know what, boys? I got to get off here. I want you to continue on.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
Oh no, I'm listening to you. I just gotta go.
No
I'm
stress.
kidding, gentlemen. We'll get back at it on Monday. You know me and Kate. If something crazy happens on the weekend, I'll get on. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Sweet. Have a good evening. Have a good day.
Yep, I'll see you guys on Monday.
Cheers,
Later.
man.